Well, I'm totally late to the party, and it's for a number of reasons. One, I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk was until he died. I was probably about not knowing who he was, and well, to my surprise, well, holy! So I had to do my homework if I'm really going to comment about anything. And two, well, it's either being busy or just good old procrastination. But we're here, so that's all that really matters. And well, let's talk about good old Charlie Kirk, right? Everybody's favorite guy. I can guarantee, right? We all love the guy, right? Sarcasm, obviously, right? But and definitely make sure to stick around to the end to see how does he deserve to die? Basically, did he deserve to die in the way he did? Well, you gotta stick around, right? But anyways, yeah, let's talk about this guy, right? It's sure enough. I mean, who the hell can really go with this guy? You gotta be utterly insane. The scary part about Charlie Kirk, this guy ain't no small guy either. He's got like millions of people that listen to him, all the time, and it's crazy. And his beliefs, they're kind of insane at the end of the day. It makes me not want to have anything to do with politics. And sure enough, well, just because he's dead doesn't mean, somebody else is going to replace him, unfortunately. But yeah, this guy's kind of scary in a way. But yeah, let's get into, his beliefs and stuff like that, right? And sure enough, there's certain irony to this first one here, because his whole idea of the Second Amendment, right? We got to have a few gun deaths every year, just to, it's okay, right? Just so we can have something like a Second Amendment, right? Sure enough, he died based on those words, and there's certain irony to it. That's his legacy right there. And then we got to his ideas about abortion and stuff, and this is where it gets kind of crazy because sure enough, he's compared it to the Holocaust. And let me tell you about abortion for a second here. You know what? If the baby has a heartbeat, yes, I would consider that murder. But the thing is, the heartbeat comes after the first trimester. It's got to be at least after 3 months, give or take. I could be wrong, but you definitely got time, to get an abortion beforehand. And yes, abortion should be legal, period. But sure enough, this guy, he's so screwed up where not only does he compare the Holocaust, but sure enough, there's some debate about a 10-year-old girl getting raped, she gets pregnant, etc., etc. And sure enough, this guy, this lovely guy here, he's all like, well, yeah, she will have the baby. Really? Why? Are you insane? Not only she could be traumatized, but the baby is a product of rape, and it doesn't make any sense. But yes, if you do it before there's a heartbeat, it's not murder. You can't compare the shit to the Holocaust. This guy's insane. Like I don't even know what to tell you sometimes. It's just the way he debates in general. This is how you do it. The thing is, he's good at debating, but because he's good at silencing people, he speaks so fast, and what he says, I'm sure confuses people. Where sure enough, that's how you win debates. But what he's saying, he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's insane. And sure enough, was it when it comes down to black people, this guy's very openly racist too. He don't think the civil rights act should have been passed. He thinks segregation was great in the '40s, and free shrugs based on that. He makes Trump look very tame because it's really open for debate if Trump's racist. I'm not too sure if he is, but Charlie Kirk, on the other hand, it's pretty clear. There's really no way around it. It's not the great replacement theory as well, and that's insane. The type of people that believe in that stuff is like the Brendan what's his name, the Christtown shooter and stuff like that in Australia, that type of shit. The great replacement theory that's screwed up. It's sure, what, I see things changing where, yeah, what, there's more minorities, there's more stuff like that, but let's be real here. Who cares, man? Like, let's just be honest with ourselves here. Ugh. And then just about transgender people too. I mean, this guy's he's so against being woke, and let's talk about transgender people for a little bit here. What, I don't necessarily believe in it. I think it's mental illness here. I don't necessarily believe in them teaching this stuff in the schools. You're confusing the kids. I can agree, but the way he goes about it, though, he's so extreme, where it's too much. Trans people aren't bothering nobody. Who cares, man? If you're gonna say something, say in the right way. Yes, schools don't need to be teaching this stuff to kids that are basically in elementary. They're not even teaching this in high school. They're teaching this when they're very young. Yes, that's a problem here, but just the way he talks about it all, he doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. It's really stupid. And sure enough, well, uh, call him a homophobe, call him all this stuff, and based on everything I just said, unfortunately, you know what, he did deserve to die, based on his beliefs, and if he was able to be a little more eloquent about it, everyone has beliefs, opinions and stuff, but he's just straight to the point. He don't sugarcoat nothing. So, of course, it's very, people are very divided about this guy. On one hand, people hate him, and the other hand, well, they seem to love him, and these types of people are quite scary. Because imagine, right? How does this a guy like this even have a platform? How did this happen exactly? Sure enough, there's millions of Americans that believe in him. That's a problem here. And then we got the whole January 6th thing as well. Sure enough, he's all for it. He don't care. You know, this guy's just a screwed up individual. Unfortunately, well, yeah, he reaped what he sowed, and sure enough, well, he died because of it. You know, there's no sympathy here. There really isn't. I don't blame people for cheering. But the thing is, people are going to take his place. There's always going to be somebody else. So, you know, enjoy the peace and quiet for now. You know, but sure enough, someone like him will be back. You know what? The right are the problem. It's not the left. Sure enough, his funeral sounds like they're declaring war on the left, basically. Like, maybe people need to chill the hell out. Like, the left don't do much. What do? Protest? They have their little signs and your name, right? They don't do much. I mean, shit. Maybe there's a few, you know, attempts here and there, but overall, it's the right period, man. The left would never be able to do something like January 6th. The left don't do much, so they cry and stuff, right? There's little snowflakes at the end of the day. But overall, the more I see more of this, I'm starting to agree with the left more and more. Yeah, the right's screwed up, man, and just Charlie Kirk guy was totally screwed. And well, I guess rest in peace, I suppose. I mean, he's nowhere good. Just his beliefs and stuff. And you know what? It's not about killing people. It's about killing these beliefs. We have to kill these beliefs. You know, unfortunately, you know, Charlie Kirk was a vessel for these beliefs, and he died. But the thing is, these beliefs will always live on. So even though he died, it's not going to do too much. It'd be like if Trump got assassinated. There's always going to be someone to take his place, that type of shit, right? But yeah, based on that, you know, I'll leave it at that. And, you know, like and subscribe for more content. And definitely, how do you feel about Charlie Kirk? You know, make sure to leave a comment, that type of stuff, right? I'd love to hear your opinions. I'm sure they're pretty similar to mine. Boy, this guy was pretty crazy. But anyways, yeah, take care. Have a good day.